What's up, y'all, and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm gonna keep it going with some recipes. Over the weekend I was craving French toast, so I kind of had this idea. I was like, why don't I make French toast for you guys? And except I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make it. Typically I look for like original recipes and I just like figure out how to veganize it. But with French toast, you know, it's a little tricky because obviously I'm not gonna be using eggs. And I wanted to see what other people use as the replacement. I know there's replacements for eggs, but I just wanted to get an idea of what people were using. And I came across 3 completely different recipes. And I was just kind of like, which one do I choose? I figured, why not make all 3 and figure out which is the best way to make French toast, the most authentic way, and also which just tastes the best. And I figured, why not bring y'all with me? So yeah, so we're just gonna make, that's 6. So we're just gonna make 3 different French toasts, and I'm going to give my opinion on which I think is the best. And I'm gonna link the recipes in my description box for you to check out if you do wanna make it yourself. So yeah, let's make some vegan French toast. First, I'm gonna make Minimalist baker's recipe. Now don't go by my measurement, I cut him in half, so check out her website for the measurements. I started off with a 1/3 cup of oat milk, a 1/4 tablespoon of maple syrup, 1/4 tablespoon of flax seeds, which is gonna act as your egg, 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're just gonna mix it all up and then set it in the fridge for 10 to 20 minutes. Okay, now for Nora Cooks, I'm using 1/2 cup of oat milk, 1 teaspoon of flaxseed, 1/4 cup of flour. She calls for cornstarch, but I'm using flour instead. 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. Then I'm gonna mix it all up and then let this one sit in the fridge for about 10 minutes too. All right, for edgy veg, like I said, this one's completely different. We're gonna be using tofu. I use about a 1/4 piece of the tofu, and I'm gonna put in 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and this is good for any vitamin B12, so that's a good ingredient to have. And then she calls for black salt. I couldn't find any, so I'm not gonna use it. It's supposed to give an eggy flavor, but I am gonna be adding cinnamon, even though it's not in her recipe, because I just like cinnamon. So I added 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then I almost forgot to put 1/2 tablespoon of melted butter, and I'm using Earth Balance's butter, the whipped butter. That is my favorite butter. It is the closest to butter that I've tried, so I definitely recommend this butter. And I'm just gonna blend it all up and get this kind of consistency. So I'm gonna soak each slice of bread for about 10 seconds on each side, just so it can absorb everything really well. And you can just tell the difference in the consistencies. Nora Cooks and Minimalist Bakers is very similar, but Edgy Veg has more of like a creamier consistency, and I kind of like that a little bit better. So we're gonna see how it turns out. All right, so now it's time to cook these all up. I'm gonna coat my pan with some butter, and make sure you're using nonstick so your bread doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then we're just gonna cook these on both sides for about 5 to 7 minutes until it gets nice and golden, just like that. It's gonna get nice and buttery and crispy and those nice crisp brown edges. I'm just gonna do the same for the rest of them. And I flipped this one too soon, but don't worry, I cooked it the rest. I just forgot to film it. And then top it off with whatever toppings you like. I'm gonna be using fresh strawberries, fresh blueberries, and of course, some powdered sugar. That's a must for me. And then we're gonna top it off with some maple syrup, and now it's time to eat them. Not even gonna lie, they all look good. So let's see how it tastes. I'm gonna try Minimalist Bakers first, and then Nora Cooks, and then Edgy Veg. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly how I feel about them, if I like them or not. So let's see. Let's put some more syrup, some fruits. You know what? I messed up. I should have tried it without the fruit first. Because all I taste is strawberry and blueberry. So, let's try it without the fruit. It's not bad. Not really French toasty. So let's try Nora Cooks. So I do like Nora Cooks a little bit better. It has a little bit more of a French toast taste. But let me try Edgy Veg. So surprisingly, Edgy Veg tastes the most like French toast, which I didn't think it would because it has like tofu and nutritional yeast, and I was just kind of like, I'm not sure about that. But I'm getting more French toasty vibes from these. Yeah. That was really good. Now, none of them are bad. It's just this one tastes more like French toast to me. Now I'm gonna rate them. Let me try this one again. All right, I decided. So my favorite is definitely Edgy Veg. It has more of a French toast flavor. If you do like cinnamon, I would personally add cinnamon. I like cinnamon, so I would just add more cinnamon next time. And then these two were both good. They're just like, they're like right there, like neck and neck. So, but I think I would go with Nora Cooks. It just has a little bit more of a French toasty flavor, I wanna say. I'm gonna just say French toast flavor, because if you've had French toast, you know what I mean. So Nora Cooks and then Minimalist Baker. Now they're still, Minimalist Baker is still good. If you are looking for maybe a simpler recipe, I would go with that one. Or actually, I would go with Nora Cooks. I feel like the flour and the baking soda or baking powder, whichever one, gave it more of like a nice crust compared to Minimalist Baker. And then Edgy Veg, if you want something a little bit more French toasty, or unless you can finesse this one, I'll probably keep making this and finesse it and figure out how I like it. But for now, Edgy Veg, Nora Cooks, and then Minimalist Baker. I'm gonna just keep eating this because it's pretty good. All right, so that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've been craving some French toast, I got 3 recipes for you to try. Go ahead and test them out. Let me know what you think if you do try them. Again, they're not my recipes, but let me know like your opinion on them. And I just kind of want to make my own French toast recipe. Now that I have like a basis down, I'm gonna try to see what I could finesse together to get that like true French toasty flavor that I like. But yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Go ahead and leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye. I don't know why I get nervous. Slime with it, slime with it, slime with it now. Now work, work, work. I don't know why I always gotta dance. I feel like it loosens up. I would say the nerves, but I don't know why I'm nervous. There's like 20 sides of me.